Welcome. This is the video training, the fundamentals of steam, and then the basic steam components in a system. We're going to use Steam Design Pro, which is from Spirax, Sarco, and HVAC Solution, to model a steam system and then go in and look at the pipe size, pressure drop, velocities, things of this nature. I'm going to come up here and go to the wizard and just answer some questions and build a steam system. So we'll start off, we want a PRV with our steam system. Let's have a deaerator, so we'll check that. We'll do one boiler. Let's just change this to 100 psi so you can see that. We'll do a single PRV, one deaerator, and there's my system. The next one I want to look at would be coming in and putting a load on this system. So I'm going to come to this imposed load, come down to some process and just say I have an autoclave and drop that down on the screen. Then I'm going to double left click on that autoclave. Every component has intelligence and smarts. And you can come in and enter information or look at the information. So here I'm going to enter 500 pounds per hour in that autoclave. Then next I'm going to come up to this connector, connect, and that allows me to connect the pipes, and I'm going to go from the inlet of the autoclave and the out and hook on the deaerator. So now you'll see the 500 pounds per hour is seen over at the PRV and that down at the boiler. Now, the system we created, the four major system parts in a steam system would be these. The boiler, which would be the generation system, so it could be a generator of some type. Then we have distribution piping, and it could be supply or condensate, pump condensate, and it might be low, medium, high pressure. The third item, major item, would be you have to have some load, some utilization, process load. This a lot of times consists of coils and heat exchangers. And then last of all, you need to have some condensate recovery method. How do I get the condensate back to the boiler? Deaerator, boiler feed pump, condensate pump, we'll work on that. The minor items in a steam system, they're found up here in the toolbar as well. There would be traps, pump traps, PRVs, meters, separators, filters, relief valves, control valves. Those would be minor things in the system that help it to operate and work efficiently. Next of all, let's look at data on a pipe and look how the software uses equations to size pipe. So earlier we used Spirax Sarco charts and books as well as ASHRAE to size pipe. And everything here done in the software is per ASHRAE and standard guidelines. So I'm going to double left click on a pipe. Right there you'll see that it brings up information about that pipe. So there's 500 pounds per hour in that pipe, 100 pounds of steam pressure. It's going to size the pipe using 2 psi per 100 feet. But the actual pressure drop is 0.973. In other words, we could put more flow through that and still be below the 2 psi. And still be below our 6,000 feet velocity, because right now we're at 2690. So let's do that. Let's just come in here, and before we do that, let me just drag a box across all these pipes, right click with my mouse, and by doing that you have the ability to come in and annotate, put annotations on your diagram. It says there's the diameter right there. So inch and a half, inch and a half. Now obviously 2.5 inch here because the PRVs reduced it from 100 pounds down to 15. So now I'm going to double left click on the load and come in and we'll make that an 800 pound load, 800 pounds per hour. Now you'll see we're 2 inch and 3 inch. Let's click on that pipe as well. You'll see 2 inch pipe over the actual velocity is only 0.65. So we've got low velocity again, and I could come in at this point, I could say, well, maybe I want to just downsize that pipe and override the diameter. Let's make it 1.5 inches, 1 1.5. And by doing that, you'll see, well, our velocity is still below 6,000. We're just a little bit over the actual pressure drop. Yeah, that'd work. Let's do that on that. So you can go in and override a pipe size on any pipe. I'm going to come in here and click on that and just uncheck that, so I have them all unchecked. Now, what should we look at next? Look at the boiler. We have 100 pounds steam leaving that boiler, and that's what's coming in the PRV. In the real world, you and I know that's not going to happen. In the real world, there's piping with length. So I can double left click on this pipe and come in, and I can put a length in here of 100 feet. 100 feet based on 2 psi per 100 foot, and then it's going to use a pipe fitting factor of 1.3. Okay, piping total pressure drop is 2.6. So you'll see right there that was subtracted from the 100 going in there. So now I'm down to 97 pounds. Obviously, if I come to the steam pipe toolbar, let's just do that right now, and come grab a control valve. Just grab a Spirax Sarco LK series. If I drop a control valve at that point right there, you see it really dropped the pressure down, because now I've got the pressure drop of that control valve. The same thing would be, just put one over here. No, we know we need a control valve on that autoclave. So now it's dropped down to 15, down to 7.3 psi. So when you're dealing and modeling a system, whether it's new or existing, you can model it just the way you're going to have it built, or the way it was built. Let's drag a box across, right click with the mouse, come in, look at steam pipe. What should we look at here? Velocity. 25, 35, 36, okay, 43. I'm just going to go around there and see the velocity of the system. You have the little back arrow here. You can go forward or backwards, 25 times. Okay. ASHRAE defines BIM as being able to optimize systems. And with the software, that's just what you can do. You can go in and you can look at changing what-if scenarios. What if I change the pipe size and make it larger or smaller? How does that affect my velocities and my loads? If we want to add another load onto this, let's just highlight that, right-click with my mouse, and do a little copy, a little paste. Now we have two loads of 800 pounds. And now we'll come down here and we'll just put that one up to there, and then right there. Now you see 8 and 8, 16. That's what the PRV sees. That's what the boiler sees. Well, obviously I should come in here and come back to the steam toolbar and come grab a F&T trap and drop that on there. We need a trap after those autoclaves, right? That's a APT trap. Spirax Sarco F&T traps right there. Okay. So there we created a simple steam system with the 4 major system components: generation, distribution system of piping, imposed loads, utilization of some type, process there, in this case autoclaves, and then the condensate recovery with miscellaneous smaller minor steam parts, meaning the traps, control valves, PRVs, whatnot. Now, if you want to, at any time, let's say I want another PRV, well, I could come up and grab one from the list, drop it on there, grab my connector, just go around, connect that in like you would do. It would be piped up. Now you'll see both PRVs. Let's just grab the pipe and move that over a little space here. Move that little fitting over. Right? Now you'll see 2 PRVs, 1,600 each. Typically when you do that, though, we have a 1/3, 2/3. So let's come in here and make this one a 33%. Top one. And then the bottom one will make that a 66%. Okay? So that's how easy it is to add something to the system. The last thing I want to look at here is just cut that off the sheet. You could do a copy, right? Paste, and put that over here, so now you have Q on your diagram. Or you could copy and paste and put that into Word, PowerPoint, Excel, AutoCAD. Those other programs are easy to take your diagram here and put it in. These diagrams work out real nicely for presentations, reports, proposals, things of this nature. So here we've sized pipe, we've gone and looked at the velocities, ran some what-if scenarios, and it's this training here on fundamentals of steam with the basic components, major components, minor components. The next segment here we'll look at right after this is we'll go in and we'll create some schedules, select this equipment in here, and then look at the output, what we get from the software as far as schedules go to go on the documents. So that's the first part of this Fundamentals of Steam basic training. Thank you for watching this, and talk to you later.